J, actually. Victor, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, again, Youthman and Company, any real tangible benefit for spending the extra $1,000 going with the Denon 4800 over 3800 aside from wattage? Thanks again.
What are the differences between those two?
So, I mean, there really isn't much of a difference other than wattage. And then the one other thing is I heard, it needs to be confirmed, that the 4800 is also made in Japan.
Okay.
Along with the 6700 and all the higher.
I don't think my 4800 was in Japan. I don't know. Well, I had a 4700.
You have a 4700.
Yeah. Okay, so that's different.
Somebody told me that the newer ones are what happened between the 3700, 4700, and then the new ones 38 and 48 is that the one thing that was different between the two is that the 48 or the 4700 had Oro 3D, the 3700 did not. And then in this round, they added Oro 3D to the 3800. So now it doesn't really seem like there's any point into getting the 4800, other than the fact that if it is made in Japan, you buy the one you like that. You like that kind of thing. My receiver is Japanese. Okay. You want to be able to say that? Cool. Go with the 4800. Because I have the 3800 upstairs, and I was thinking about it, getting the 4800 just to actually just make another video or whatever. And looking over the specs and stuff, I'm like, oh, this is not really that much different. Oh, you know what it could be? One trigger output versus two trigger outputs. So that could be one of the things too. Let me just double check. I think that is.
I remember seeing the two and thinking, man, they did a little too much on this X3800H. It's gonna be hard to sell that 4800.
Yeah, audio advice. Why are you? Okay, one trigger output on the 3800, and I'm pretty sure this 4800 has two. The Denon
extra wattage. Yeah. I was actually gonna go out and buy like the least expensive AVR I could find, which would probably be
like brand new one or like used or something.
Like go to Best Buy and find the least expensive one to see what I could do with it.
Something like a 5.1.
5.1 probably.
Yeah,
probably gonna be Sony, right?
Yeah.
Sony or yeah.
And
if they
try to run.
Yeah, I guess they still have.
God damn it.
I just want to know how bad it is.
Why would you want to waste your money on something that you know is going to be bad?
So
because he wants to make it good.
Just for fun.
He wants to make it good. He wants to make
if I can make it good, because it's always about the room correction is not good.
Well, the other big thing, honestly, is power supply and Sony's have always been trash. Like there is no power in those jokers at all.
Oh,
now the new ones maybe. I mean, they're like $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000. So I would hope they got a big, massive power supply.
Wrong here.
But that was the biggest complaint with Sony for me. They just, even with the efficient speakers, they start distorting really early on because the amp just gives out.
I mean, even with subs, even if I'm wondering. That's what I'm kind of curious about.
Okay,
so,
here it is. The difference between I was right, sort of. They added 3 trigger outputs on the 4800. You only get 1 trigger output with the 3800. So
that's easy though.
Yeah.
Like
as long as your amplifier has a loop, a trigger in out, like the Parasounds do, then then it's fine. Actually,
they make trigger splitters too. So
they do. I mean, it's just a mono 3.5 millimeter cable. You know what's funny though? The A52 Plus, the cheaper one, has the in and out, whereas the A51 only has an in. It only has an innie. It's nice.
Look at it. Look what I'm running on here.
What is it?
Just ESP approval counter? Point. No. Whoops.
What is this? What is it?
This is the little tiny FOSI audio 4-channel amp that I'm using in the living room. This little Class D amp. Look at that little thing. It plays loud enough.
Yeah.
I'm running, I was doing those test tones that we have, Chana.
Yeah.
To see how low it'll go, right? So it goes down to 16 hertz, right? So we're playing, bass. I'm playing full range content through this. At no point am I hearing like, what an underpowered amp. So I'm having a hard time understanding the requirement for so much power that everybody wants. You know, maybe if you have a huge theater, I don't know what people are listening to or what volume are they listening at where they need so much power. Because I'm sure the 3800H is going to be more powerful than that thing. You know, even I don't know. Don't you think that even the Sony, that cheap, whatever, $200 Sony AVR, I would expect it to have more power than that thing. What do you think? There's an Apple TV for size comparison.
Here's an Apple TV for size comparison.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying though? Like it's a Class D, maybe that would make a difference, but I don't know. I'm just kind of confused as to why everybody's so hung up on wattage.
Yeah, I don't know. Juan says that the 3800 has sub outs in parallel, whereas it's independent on the other ones. But even the 3800 has 4 subwoofer outputs, and you can have it set up as normal or that, like, you know, taking bass or playing the bass from the closest speaker or whatever they're calling it. I don't know what they call it, but that's what it's supposed to do.
All right. If you would like to join us every week on Mondays at, what time is it? About 6 p.m. Central, which is the best time. That's where I am. Make sure you join us at youtube.com/Daily HiFi. We out.